Hi guys, this is Crafty Cat. Welcome back to my channel and welcome if you're new. We are here with the day 9 of World Watercolor Month 2025, and oh my gosh, I am so late today, you guys. It is almost midnight and I literally just finished this line portion of my line and wash that I decided to do. It took me forever. I am not used to working in a big book like this. It's nice because you can get more details in. But anyway, the prompt was home, so I drew our home. This is the backyard. Our house is kind of weird shape. It is a one-story house in the backyard, and then this roof just slopes up at a very steep angle, and at the top of that roof, it's like a second story plus an attic, and then it goes forward. So if you look at our house on an angle, it kind of looks like this. Like it slopes way down to the backyard, and then the front yard is like a two-story house with an attic. So this is the backyard. That's my dad, and the boat, and the swing set, the other swing set, the truck, the lilac trees, the back of the house, some flowers, and I tried to do it kind of loose, but kind of still looking like our house, I was hoping. And I'm really scared because I haven't done a line and wash in a very long time. I have my Rembrandt watercolors out. These are very special. I don't use them very often. And I'm using my Paul Rubens just to angle this upward. And, oh no. Hang on, look what I did to my paper. I got my clip stuck on the other side. You guys, where can I find big enough clips that don't have such a hard time to go around the paper? I'm really struggling to open the clip enough to go around the paper. I'm so sad that I ripped that. I just did it too, trying to force that clip on. Anyway, that is a bummer. So yeah, let's spray these. These are really nice watercolors. I haven't used them in a while. I'm not used to these because these were super expensive. And when I won them, I thought, oh no, what am I going to do with these? Because I was, like, the year I won them was the first year I joined World Watercolor Month. And I joined World Watercolor Month having only done maybe 2 or 3 watercolor paintings before joining World Watercolor Month. So yeah, it's crazy. But anyway, so I'm excited, and I wanted to do this really badly last night in gouache. I was going to do it the night before, but I was so tired, I thought, no, I'll wait till today. And then I just was not expecting it to take so long, and plus I'm still talking now, so it's taking even longer. So I think we're just going to try to do a simple line and wash. I don't know if I'm capable of that or not. And I've got my swatch card here. This is what these watercolors look like. It's a really beautiful set. Aren't those pretty? So I know I want this blue, whatever blue this is. And I'm still not very good at mixing watercolor, and I think the reason is I switch back and forth from one kind of watercolor to another, and I never quite get used to just one kind of watercolor. So what I'm trying to keep in mind is that this is just going to be an ink and wash, and it doesn't have to be perfect. So I'm going to go over here and wet this area. Okay guys, so I have sped this portion of the video up 10 times faster than normal, and I am just doing some wet on wet background colors. The sky, I picked the color that was closest to the color in my picture that I was looking at. Hang on, let me show you what that looks like. So here you can see the reference photo that I took of my dad in the backyard. So that was a really good color. But unfortunately, I didn't realize at the time that this blue is very granulating. And I really do love granulating paints, but not for the sky. It just looks kind of weird. Or maybe it's just my texture of my paper. But it kind of looks like a tire once it dried. But anyway, I was just trying to go with the lights, and I'm trying to challenge myself to be loose and not overwork it, and to do light tones, mid tones, and dark tones. And I did overwork it. I liked it better before I kept going. I liked it better when it was lighter and brighter. But you know what? It's okay. And that's because I haven't used my Rembrandt for about a year because they were really, these are expensive paints that I could never have afforded on my own. But I won them during World Watercolor Month in 2023, and I don't use them that often because I've been saving them for when I'm better. But I do want to use them at least maybe 4 or 5 times during World Watercolor Month this month because I did win them during World Watercolor Month. So here I am struggling to get the darks darker, and I think it would have been fine if I would have left it. The thing is, watercolor, some colors dry lighter and some colors seem to dry darker, and it's kind of hard to know. And because I haven't used these in a long time, I'm not familiar with them. I probably should have just used my Paul Rubens because I am familiar with them. But I really, these are beautiful watercolors, so I did want to give them a shot. And I probably should have gone with the house first, but I didn't because the sky was still wet, so I just was trying to do like move around. So now I'm trying to look for a color that would go for the shadows behind my dad. I'm trying to be really aware of where the shadows go. Now, I did use some black because I was having a hard time darkening my green enough to be super dark, like a black green. I did try adding green and red because I read that complementary colors like kind of desaturate them, make them darker, and it did, but they weren't dark enough. So I didn't. I think I added black and gray and Payne's gray, which is like a bluey gray, to try to get it darker. So I was just kind of playing around. But these paints are beautiful. So now I'm doing the lilac trees, and I'm just kind of going with the dark part of the branches, and then later I go with the light side of the branches with a different brush. I don't really think they needed that kind of detail for something like this. I probably would have been fine just doing the outlines of the branches in one color. So it's hard for me to know when to stop, and I really like in the foreground the way that paint was going down at one point because I got some water drops, and the way it dried, it did look like little bits of grasses growing, and it was really pretty. So I have to do that again. Now I'm trying to mix a gray for the roof. Our roof is kind of gray with some darker parts, and then a big shadow by the chimney. And I think I went too dark with my darks for this picture because like I said, I liked it better before it got too dark. But everything, it's a learning opportunity, and it's such a challenge doing these for World Watercolor Month. I should have just done something smaller, but I was thinking about this all night. I wanted to do this last night. I couldn't sleep last night because I wanted to paint this already last night. But I said, no, no, I'm just gonna relax. And if I can't sleep, then I'll just watch YouTube videos, which is what I did. I couldn't sleep last night. So, and then tonight I did not give myself enough time. It took me over an hour just to draw this little sketch. And I can draw, but I'm not good at centering my stuff on the page, which is why I had to put 2 layers of tape on the right hand side so that the picture would fit. Like I could have extended it and made it longer, but I didn't want to because I didn't want to have to make up what wasn't in there because my brain couldn't deal with it. I didn't want to. That's the boat that I'm painting right now. We have a little boat. My parents like to fish. So, and I couldn't remember how it looked because it's under a tarp. And I'm trying to make sure I've got all of the shadow on the grass because where the boat is, there right behind the boat, there is a swing set. And on the other side, near where I'm painting now, there's another swing set. You could just see part of it. And in the driveway, it's really dark. I think the black is black. We're in the driveway on my picture. And part of the boat too, where the straps were. So I was trying to just kind of do an outline of my dad's truck and a little wee bit of my car, but I don't think it shows up. And I was really afraid to paint my dad's figure. I had a hard time even drawing it. I'm not good at figures yet, But I've been watching a lot of videos and I've been learning, and it's just drawing the shapes and putting in the shadows. I mean, I can't do a face yet. That's beyond me. But because his face was in shadow because of the baseball cap, I felt like I could put him in. And now I'm just trying to play with that little background tree. And I go over it a few times before it looks nice. In the picture, it's not all green. It's kind of like almost I don't know. It's like a muted color because that tree is actually across the street. So it looks almost burgundy and then green at the bottom. And now I'm doing all these lilac trees. Oh my gosh, those lilacs are so beautiful when they're in full bloom. We have a white one and a purple one and a lilac one and a pink one. So I didn't use a ruler for my lines because I prefer the more wobbly, wonky lines. I think they look better than like the architectural style. So now I'm doing the tarp over the boat, and it's also like a gray and kind of tan, but I even put some of the green on the side where it was reflecting from the grass. And now I'm trying to make the shadow on the chimney darker because it's really dark in the picture. I took the picture and I made it black and white with high contrast to see where the shadows were better. Someone gave me that advice on World Watercolor Month on Facebook, and it really helped a lot. So now I look at my image plus I make another image with high contrast so I can see where the shadows are. I wish I would have left out the blacks though. I think it was prettier without them. I mean, they're not pure black. It's like a dark green black or a blue black, but I think it's just too dark. But I am really happy with how this turned out, considering. And I was trying to paint it really fast, like just to get it done. So I'm still, it's like right now as I'm recording, not recording, but I already recorded the video. Now I'm editing the video. I'm sorry, I'm so tired. It's just after 3 o'clock in the morning right now as I'm editing, and then I'll have to upload it. So yeah, and I'm gonna eat a bowl of cherries. I've been wanting my dessert since supper time, but after supper I came up here and then I started looking at the picture and I started drawing, and I can't believe how long this took me. I think it took me 3 or 4 hours, including the sketching portion. I'm working on my dad, and I'm just like I said, I did the outline and then all the shadows. And he's wearing actually gray and blue in the real picture, but I didn't put the blue in. I thought it looked nice just with the gray tones, the light and the dark gray tones. And I'm trying to make sure I'm getting the reflections in the window. And the windows didn't look right, so I decided to outline them with black in portions too. Now, I probably should have just gone over it again with my marker. It would have been faster and easier. But I had the paintbrush in my hand and I really do enjoy painting a lot. And I overwork things because I don't want to stop because I'm having such a good time. So it's not just about the outcome, it's about the process. And I really get into it and I really, really enjoy it a lot. So I have to learn how to stop and tell myself I can paint another picture or just put it down and think about it and then keep going. But I get into the groove and I just want to keep going and playing and trying different things, and but I guess that's because I'm relatively new. I mean, this is my third time doing World Watercolor Month, but if it weren't for World Watercolor Month, I wouldn't have that much experience because almost all of my painting experience since 2023 has come from World Watercolor Month. That's when I first started, and then last year, and now this year. And it just shocks me that you go from like a blank sketchbook, nothing in it, and then you end up with like 31 pages or 31 different images. It's so cool to me because like there was nothing, it was blank. And then suddenly something's there. I don't know why I find that cool. It's the same thing when I'm crocheting. I'm like, it's just a ball of yarn. It's just a ball of yarn. And then all of a sudden there's a teddy bear. Okay, guys, I think I am done. It is like 1:45 a.m. I've been painting since 9. I had like a 15-minute break. I don't know if I can make this any better. This is not how I usually paint. I used to do ink and wash, but I did not do a loose ink and wash. I totally kept playing with this. I should have just done it real quick, but I spent so much time on the drawing. And I really do like these paints, these Rembrandt paints. So let's see what it looks like when we take the tape off, and hopefully the tape won't rip, because I've got 2 layers of tape on this side because my photo wasn't as wide as my book type of thing. So let's see what it's gonna look like, and if the tape ran or if paint got under the tape. I hate when paint gets under the tape. So that looks good. So I've got a bigger spot on here because I'm not really good at drawing yet or painting, as evidenced by this. But you know what? I had fun, but it was nerve-wracking. I should have probably just started another scrapbook, not a scrapbook, like a watercolor book, like the one I've been using, my Artist ones I really like. I should have just used one of my empty ones, but I couldn't find them on Amazon anymore, and I didn't want to use my last one for this because I really like it. Oh look, my hair is stuck in the tape. Of course it is. And this tape is ripping. Let's go from this side. It's ripping the paper. Okay, this side's not ripping. Well, it's looking better already. It always, look at, I really ripped that paper. I'm just going to tear it right off. I'm always so impressed by how it looks when you pull the tape off, you know? One more piece. Yeah, it's ripping. I wonder why. It didn't rip last time. And I always put the tape down and then on my pants, and then I lift it up and then I put it down again. But yeah, look at, like, it's really ripping the paper, and it usually doesn't. Maybe it's the wrong side of the book. Anyway, this is how it looks like. I'm just going to quickly dry up what's wet here. I'll clean these next time. Yeah, I'll clean that later. I don't want to deal with it right now. Okay, so you guys, that is what it looks like for World Watercolor Month Day 9 home. That is my house. And you know what? I am happy with how it turned out. I was going to go around it with pen, and instead I just went around it with ink because I just used an Ohuhu fine liner, and it just completely disappeared on me. I just have a little ballpoint pen here. So I am late. It's 1:45 in the morning as I am finishing this up. And I like to try to get them. I usually put out a new video every day at midnight. But couldn't do that today because I wasn't ready. So day 9. Home, July 9 plus 10, just going to say 2 a.m. Rembrandt Watercolor and Ohuhu fine liner, my pick. And this is my house. I'm really happy with how that turned out. And you know what? That actually kind of looks like my dad, except for he has no face. But to be fair, he has no face in the photo either because it's so small. But I'm really bad at figures. But I watch like 17 million videos about how to draw figures. And it's just like everything else. You have to look at the line and then the dark and the light. Anyway, I don't know if I got my dark and light. Sometimes when I finish a painting, I am in love with it. And sometimes I hate it. And I hated this until I took off the paint, and now I love it. And either tomorrow I'll either wake up and hate it or love it, and I don't know why. But you know what? I'm happy. I really love my Rembrandt. I would never have been able to afford these. I won these my first year doing World Watercolor Month. So I want to use them at least like 4 or 5 times during World Watercolor Month this year. They stay vibrant and beautiful. I wish I would have used a different blue for the sky, because with this texture of this paper and the granulation, it looks like a transport truck rolled over right here. Can you see that? I don't like that. But anyway, let me show you my book. So it's Artist Loft. And last time I did the dog on that side, and now this time I ripped the dog, putting that clamp on. So I'm going to have to go tomorrow and buy new clamps. So this is the right side of the paper. So I don't know why suddenly my tape has started ripping the paper, when it only did it a little bit once. I mean, I could have put more detail on my roof, but I didn't want I wanted my roof to recede, and I wanted this to recede too, but oh well. I mean, I could put a glaze over it, or I could go over it with gouache, but I don't want to. So anyway, yeah, that is it. I'm happy with it, you guys. In fact, I should probably sign my name. Christine Shop 2025. Yeah, I'm very happy with it. So you guys, let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you so much for taking the time to spend with me today. Let me know if you are doing World Watercolor Month, and let me know how much experience you have with art. I don't have a lot, but because of World Watercolor Month, I have a lot more than I would have otherwise. Alright guys, thank you for watching. I hope you liked this. If you did, please give me a big thumbs up. Hit that like button, hit the subscribe, hit the notification bell, all of those good things that help as a channel, and most importantly of all, take care, stay safe, happy painting, have a wonderful day, and happy World Watercolor Month. Bye guys.